is inspired by real events and local folklore. Names and locations have been changed to protect identities. Vikram is now 26 years old. Since childhood, he never believed in ghosts or spirits. To him, all these things felt like just stories. But one incident completely changed his life. Today, he not only believes in ghosts, but has even started writing about them. This incident happened when Vikram was 17 years old. He lived with his mother, sister, and younger brother in an area on the outskirts of Bangalore. His father, Raghav, was in another city due to work. It was a normal day in the month of August. At night, everyone finished dinner and went to their respective rooms to sleep. Vikram also fell asleep peacefully that night. But that night, something terrifying was about to happen. It was around 2 to 3 in the night. While everyone in the house was in deep sleep, Vikram suddenly woke up to a loud noise. Someone was banging heavily on the main door. Hearing the noise, his mother and younger brother also woke up. Fear spread among them as they wondered who could be knocking at such a late hour. Just then, a voice came from outside.
"Open the door!"
That voice belonged to Vikram's father, Raghav. The three of them rushed and opened the door. They quickly brought Raghav inside. But seeing his condition, they were shocked. His body was completely drenched in sweat. His clothes were torn in several places. He was breathing heavily and looked extremely terrified. As soon as he came inside, he collapsed unconscious. They immediately took him to the hospital. His treatment continued for 4 days. After that, he was able to speak a little. Everyone anxiously asked,
"What happened?"
Slowly, he began telling what had happened to him. The previous night, Raghav was working at his office. Without realizing, it became 10 p.m. His house was about 5 to 6 kilometers away. To reach home faster, he chose a shortcut, the Bengaluru Forest Road. During the day, the road was busy, but at night, it was completely deserted. As he went a little further, he saw an old bike ahead. A man was riding it, and behind him sat a woman wearing a white saree. Her saree's palu was fluttering unnaturally in the wind. Trying to help, Raghav said,
"Sister, adjust your saree. It might get caught in the wheel."
She slowly adjusted it, but the man riding the bike looked angrily at Raghav. This made Raghav feel a bit uneasy, but he continued riding. After some time, his phone rang. At that moment, the same bike passed by him again, but this time, no one was sitting behind. Raghav was shocked. He stopped the man and asked,
"Where did the woman sitting behind you go?"
"Which woman?"
He immediately sped away from there. After this incident, fear began to grow in Raghav. He reached his apartment. He went up to his flat on the 4th floor using the lift. But that night, he couldn't sleep. Suddenly, heavy rain started. The electricity went out. As he tried to turn on his flashlight, he heard a scream coming from the kitchen. Gathering courage, he started walking toward the kitchen, but he felt as if someone was behind him. When he turned back, he saw fresh handprints on the window. Seeing this, he was completely terrified.
I shouldn't stay here even for a moment.
He decided. He immediately took his bike and left for home. He was riding fast in the rain. The road was completely empty. After some time, a car came beside him and matched his speed. The driver rolled down the window and said,
Hey, tell the woman sitting behind you to adjust her saree. Otherwise, it might get caught in the wheel.
The moment he heard this, Raghav's blood ran cold. He now realized he was not alone. Someone was sitting behind him. Out of fear, he tried to look back. At that very moment, he lost control of the bike and crashed. He fell onto the road. He wasn't completely unconscious. His eyes were slightly open. He felt like a crowd had gathered around him, but in reality, there was no one there. He looked toward his bike, and there, the same woman in the white sari was sitting calmly on it. The moment he saw that, Raghav got up and started running. He didn't think about anything. He left the bike there. He ran all the way to his house, which was about 5 kilometers away. After reaching home, he banged on the door loudly. The moment the door opened, he collapsed unconscious. What happened that night changed his life forever, and Vikram, from that day on, started believing in ghosts. What happened that night changed his life forever, and Vikram, from that day on, started believing in ghosts. If you enjoy this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with your friends.